Major Dan's watching. Said he couldn't make the race. Fair enough. Work does come first. I get that. Race will be starting soon, ladies and gentlemen, so we don't have to wait too long. But my name's Josh from Demo 1 and we're about to get started. I've got Yago with me tonight. I'll introduce him in a second. Yago, I think we're live now. How you going, buddy?
Josh, good to join you again, my friend.
Yes.
Another night of carnage, I'd imagine, around this track. I didn't realise it was Azerbaijan.
Yeah, this one's going to be really interesting. I'm really keen to see what they pull out here. I'm really hoping everything's working on your end if you're watching, because I had a few issues tonight. But anyway, Formula 2 race tonight here at Baku. Oh, that's an ad. Yeah, Major Dan, I can see your chat, so that's good. Yeah, who's your top pick? I think you already had a hot pick.
Well, I was just having a chat to the boys. I asked them who's been doing practice. They said they've all been doing practice, but a couple of surprises. Banana Hammock's put his hand up to surprise tonight, and Air Marshal, a guy that has predominantly been at the rear of the field. He's going to be my dark horse tonight. I'm expecting him to improve this week.
All right, well, we're on board with Air Marshal, just out of fluke, and he's currently in 7th. There's the driver standings on the left of your screen. And you can see it's little black on the top, Epic, and then Bots and Hawks, Lukey, BP. Where's Air Marshal and all of that? He is down in 15th. He's only got a point to his name. So maybe he can do it tonight.
Well, he went from 7th to last, breaking into the first corner, so that's not a good time.
Not great. Oh, Rusty down the bottom, and he's cooked it. But Lukey's out in front. He's doing really well at the moment. Just behind Angry. Angry's just gone top. This is going to be a very interesting one. I haven't seen these guys race around here before, so I don't think I've seen... Do you remember who won the Baku last time the F1 was there? That seems an age ago now.
I'm going to enjoy saying this. It was yours truly.
Oh, was it? There you go. All right.
Yeah. A track that I enjoy, this one. I like street circuits.
Oh, Bots is already out, so he must have had an accident. On board with Angry through the castle. Threading the needle.
Old fella get up near the top.
Running wide. He's done well. There's Hawks as well. You can see there's not a lot difference between them. This is just one shot qualifying, so this is all they've got. This is Aussie Phantom. And Lukey's just gone top of the spots. Oars just shared the stream. Thank you, Oars. Angry old fella in 3rd, coming around the last final corner now to that massive straight. But they're probably going to top these beasts out. It's still between Lukey and Epic Game. Let's have a look. There's Lukey. Pushing hard. Look how long this straight is. He's in 6th gear right at the top end of the rev limit. Epic is in front. It's still Lukey in anyone's game. Oh, it's Epic by a hair's whisker. A 152.844, 153.067. That was really close. Air Marshal not doing really great. Down there in 13th, a 159. So he must have had an issue. Rusty's still yet to finish.
Yeah, our Marshall's let me down there. Big time. Some surprises. Angry old fella. Cougs. What a qualifying in 3rd. That's awesome. Good to see him up near the podium.
Oh, what happened to Rusty? What the fuck?
We don't know what happened to Rusty. All right, welcome to the stream, everybody. My name's Josh, and I've got Yayo in the comms box tonight. This is Demo 1 Garage. This is the FNL1 eSports Formula 2 Championship. This is the first race here at Baku. We're expecting carnage, honestly. So this should be...
The viewers are in for a treat, I think. This is going to be absolutely epic.
Epic. Awesome. Crazy. Unpredictable.
What we
Probably a
want.
lot of chicken wings, so to speak. I'm not very good at Baku myself. I always, I've got the nickname from the guys on stream as,
Oh,
it's raining as well. Jesus. That couldn't get any more difficult.
I'll also let the viewers know that they've actually turned the damage up for this round as well. So damage is now on full, which I think is basically a
Simulation.
step down from simulation.
Oh, it's a step down, yep.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think in previous weeks it was on pretty. The cars were able to bang wheels, so to speak, fairly comfortably. This week, not going to be the case. So
No, it's not. And you can see it's absolutely pouring down as we get a good view of the pit box.
This is awesome, unrealistic. Do you reckon it ever rains in Azerbaijan? Because every time I see it on TV, it looks like dust. So
I'm sure
the
it
local
does.
Azerbaijanians are probably excited, but I'll hand it over to you.
I'm sure it does, because I'm fairly sure, like Darwin, you know, they have a wet season. I don't know. We'll have to see if we can Google that quickly.
I suppose they need water to survive.
Yeah, there must be rain at some point, but it's pouring down. This is the formation lap. Again, that joke will never get old, I don't think.
It is working.
It is working.
Although Epic is just absolutely. Hang on a minute.
It's got your interest.
Hang on a minute.
This is the formation lap. It says lap 0.
Well, man, you back push. And BP and Rusty.
Why is Epic 4 seconds in the lead? I'm always nervous. There's a car around in the background. Crazy Kiwi spun.
Yeah, a few of the guys I think have just been set up on the grid. So
Okay. Oh, I was a bit nervous there. I'm always nervous since that last time that it didn't work. But
yeah, I think if they hit each other, they get disqualified, and the game just sets them on the grid. So no warm-up lap for them. No sighting lap in the rain. Nothing. Just you're just gonna have to
yes. Yep.
figure it out. There's your driver standings at the bottom of your screen, just scrolling through, and we're just following along with Phantom, who's in 4th place for this one. Oz asking, Stroll finished 3rd because of rain in Baku, didn't he? If only. Pete Mitchell. I don't know.
Race.
You can be any age to join the F2, buddy. Oz is actually one of the organisers, so you're in the right chat.
Jump in, mate. You'll have a blast.
Yeah, check them out and go to FNL1 eSports.com. That should take them to the Facebook page, or just FNL1 eSports on Facebook. Join up there. They've got a Discord. Find the link, and yeah, Bob's your uncle. You'll be in pretty soon. All right, not long to go. But I think the big advantage everyone on the formation lap got was just that they just got a sense of the grip. They got a sighting lap. They sort of got to see sort of how it feels. Where everyone else they got DQ'd there for whatever. They don't get that. Major Dan.
Wet conditions.
Yeah, Major Dan saying, I think Marshall will do better at Monza as he didn't do well in my F1 league early this year. Okay. Well, Marshall's in 13th. They're lining up. It's not going to be long now before lights are out. And it's racing up to turn 1, and I'm a little bit scared about what will happen. Get my fingers ready for that replay button too. All right, here we go. First red, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Cars waiting. It's raining and it's underway. It's a wet Baku race. It's a slow start for most of the field, but it's Epic out in front from Lukey, then Aussie Phantom. And Bushchook's got a drive-through penalty, I think, for jump starting there, possibly. So that's going to really hurt his final position at the end of this one. But so far, it's pretty good. There's about 4 or 5 cars wide into that second turn, and they're being really respectful. They've done it. They've done the first turn so far. I'm not going to jinx them. I'm a commentator. We'll give them that curse. It's BP and Bots now side by side. You can see it's still absolutely pouring with rain. There's a yellow flag in the sector. Somebody's around. It's Angry. Angry's had an issue.
Oh, no.
So now, it doesn't look like he's lost too much. He looks okay. He looks like he's going to survive. But we got away with that one, I think. But they are just tiptoeing around this wet Baku circuit. Full wets for everybody. 15 laps they've got to get through. There's another yellow. Where is it? Where is it?
Oh! Huge impact. Hawks has been hit from behind. Someone's lost their front wing.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of damage there.
BP.
Oh no! We've got a car around at Epic Game. Got almost sideways at the castle section. He cleared that quite quickly. That was, I think he got sideways with Banana Hammock actually, just sort of unsided up on the inside.
Oh.
And oh no, Banana Hammock, he's got no grip at all. Oh, Rusty's around. Rusty's having a terrible weekend. And he is caught at the castle. Oh, look at this fight. Lukey and Mike. This is absolutely on the edge stuff. They're side by side down the straight. Mike cuts across in front to get the turn to the left. Lukey then follows with Hawks. The top three battling it out pretty well. I'm sure Yago's keeping an eye on what's happening down the rest of the field.
Phantom's lost a tyre. He's crashed. He's out.
Phantom.
A huge accident. He's... Oh...
There you can see Phantom there. A few cars got caught out. Jesus.
Massive.
Yep.
Massive.
Massive accident.
Bushchook's in the pits. Oh...
There you can see Phantom there. A few cars got caught out.
Angry Old Fella's off again, broken some of his front wing end plate. That's massive. There it's just... I don't know what to do, Josh. There are cars off everywhere. Every car that I go onto, they are off the track. And there's carbon fibre flying off everywhere. As Hawks is in the wall.
Hawks is out of the wall now. This is very difficult to spectate, I must say. But the top three are doing all right. Oh, we've lost Angry. We've lost Angry. Where did we lose him? We're on board with Marshall. Have a look for Angry. There's a yellow flag coming up for him now. There's Angry there. Very slow moving Marshall. Gets around him. So we've lost two in 2 laps. It is going to be a race of attrition here tonight. At least they've got the sprint race coming up.
Lukey in second place, Josh, has lost half of his front wing. He has Hawks behind him. Hawks himself has just spun at the castle section.
Oh no! Oh no! I think that was Denoz who got spun around at the castle. It is. Denoz has been left stranded. He's right in the middle of the road. This could be an absolutely chaotic moment. Who's next to come up? It's Air Marshal. He's a long ways down the track. Oh, Denoz is just stuck. He's going to be losing time. But Marshall, he's so far down. Marshall's just coming to the castle now when it's cleared. Oh, that was really lucky for Denoz. He's not going to be happy about that. It wasn't a big touch, but it was enough to send him sideways and almost cause a red flag situation. On board with Kiwi, and you can see just how wet it is. He's up behind Bots, and they are just tiptoeing around here. I don't even know if they let him race in this in real life. They'd almost have a safety car lap at the moment, getting him around, waiting to get that dry line. You sort of see a dry line in some parts, but it's not really that well defined.
Hawks is in the pits. Hawks is pitting. Front wing damage.
Yeah, not surprising. Not surprising at all.
Interestingly, Lukey stayed out, and I don't believe it. BP has hit the rear end of Lukey. Lukey with front wing damage, and BP, I think, may also now have damage.
Yeah, we just caught the end of that. And, that BP was very lucky to squeeze up the inside. Oh, Lukey's run long. Bots is next to come. There's a yellow flag in the section. He's going to have to be careful. Oh, he's cleared it. Very lucky. Oh, this is super dangerous for the guys out there right now. There is a lot of carbon left on that corner, so I think Lukey's lost probably some side wings, some damage. They all agreed to go for the harder damage tonight, didn't they?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
And they're paying the price.
Yeah, you can see it. Lukey's got some end plates missing.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
And that's really going to watch him here very, very slow. He's going to lose a lot of time here. Bots is going to be able to catch him up. Has Rusty been involved? He's around. Rusty, we're not sure where he is, but he's in 11th right now and he's sideways somewhere. He's just not having a good weekend. There goes Denoz around him. Marshall's down in 13th. And that's the end of his night. For Bushtroop, he's gone.
Oh! Jeez, Lukey's in the wall. We just had 8 cars in the pits on that lap, Josh. 8 cars.
I didn't even realise we had that many in. Oh, no! Lukey! That's the end of his race. That is Gornski's for him.
He was treading a fine line without a front wing, basically, in the wet. Lukey's in the wall. He's paid. We just had 8 cars in the pits.
Here's the
on that
replay.
lap, Josh.
I didn't even realise we had that many in. Just
oh,
no! Lukey! That's the end of his race. That is Gornski's for him.
He was treading a fine line without a front. BP out of second place is pitting. Too much front wing damage as well. He just adds to the list. Mike with a massive lead now.
Yeah, Mike staying clean, and it looks like it's one of the better working strategies tonight. Just keep it clean. There's a long way to go. We're only on lap 4 of 15. The field is really well spread out as Banana comes through where Lukey lost it. Bushtrook gets through. I think he's out of the session. He needs to rejoin. There's Denoz. They're a minute behind, so a long way away. Marshall and Rusty has absolutely no front wing at all. So he's been in the wall himself and he's just crawling through the back end of the circuit. He hasn't even cleared Sector 2 yet. We're on board with Mike though, his teammate. And look at that, clear by 19 seconds over Bots. Rusty's out, so Rusty's gone. So we've lost Lukey, Rusty, Angry and Aussie Phantom before the end of lap 4. So some high opportunity, big chance that you're going to finish in the points here. All you got to do is finish now. Here we go. We've got a battle on here between BP and Hawks. They're only separated by less than a second. Oh, Hawks sort of had to chuck it in there, get the back end swinged out, make that rotate. But yeah, they're not really taking the go-kart line here, so I wonder if they need to sort of play around with their racing lines.
I've never seen anything like this. I'm watching Bots in second, and every time he accelerates out of a corner, he's literally fishtailing 6 or 7 times down the straight. He's losing it, and he's in the wall. Oh, jeez. Bots in second. Every person that's in second puts it in the wall, and Kiwi now finds himself in second.
Yeah, Kiwi got the overtake there. We just caught the end of Bots getting a bit of fishtailing, so I think Bots will be in the pits. Unless he's going to try and... I don't think he'll risk it, not in the wet. And he's got there's a lot of time behind him. There's so many accidents that have happened that he'll sort of get away with it. Let's see what he does here. Bots is coming down the back straight. Pit entrance is going to be on his left soon. Doesn't look like he's going to move over. There he goes.
Well, I think that's now every single car except for Mike has been in the pits in the first 5 laps.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at pit stops. Stops. Actually, not everyone. We've had BP, Hawks, Epic, AB Saints, Hemic, Chook, Dennels and Marshall, except the top 3 at the moment.
Okay, there we go.
They're the only ones who are yet to take a stop. So very interesting. Kiwi's flying, and he's got a lot of free air. He sort of understeered into the turn. He got it rotated enough. Very, very lucky, Kiwi. He's in that cursed second spot where everyone you saw takes second and then puts it into the wall before the end of the lap. So Kiwi needs to break that curse. Through the chicane. He's got 20 seconds to go. Oh, BP's around. I think he, I don't think he made his braking zone there because it looked like he'd flicked the car around just to avoid hitting the wall. I think he did a pretty good job of that. So he retains his 4th position. Very, very lucky indeed.
Epic in 5th has spun and broken his front wing, just like everyone else is doing. He's going to have to pit again.
Oh, this is tragic for them.
I don't think I've ever seen so many cars crashing in 5 laps.
No, either have I.
In a sim race.
Major Dan said on YouTube he doesn't think anyone did wet practice either, so that
No,
didn't help. It's definitely, if you did do it, it's definitely going to help here, but it doesn't look like many did. The only 2 that have managed to stay out of the pits is Kiwi and Mike so far. The rest
Now I'm going to do the ultimate betrayal here, Josh. Mike, a good friend of mine, someone that I know in real life, has a 22-second lead, and I'm about to do the commentator's curse. Surely Mike goes on to win this race.
You would think he does. He surely can't stuff it up too much. I want to see if Epic gets around this fast left and right segment without that front wing. He did. He played it safe. Because it's very easy once you've lost that front downforce to just forget that you did. Kiwi's in the pits. New front nose for him. Everyone but Mike.
Second place curse.
It is the second place curse of Baku. Very interesting. Hawks is now in 2nd, and he's in the wall.
Oh my God, no way.
This is just ripping up KFC. Come sponsor the Formula 2 race here at Baku. Chicken wing galore. Oh,
Jeez.
Epic's out.
Oh, wow.
There he is. You can see Epic's stranded car on the side of the road. He must have had a collision with the wall without that front wing. Are we even going to get 5 people finishing?
I've never seen a sim race like this in years. This is just crazy.
Oh, Hawks seems to be struggling getting his car through the tight chicane section. BP's caught him up. And now these 2 now are battling it out for 2nd and 3rd. Oz is saying it's Yayo's curse. So, there you go.
Well, I was going to ask Josh, do you remember the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix?
I did actually rewatch that recently, so yes I do.
This is starting to head in that direction.
It is, isn't it?
We may only have a couple of people actually finish the race.
Now BP is trailing behind Hawks here. Needs to get the brakes earlier than Hawks, because this is going to be very difficult to judge at the moment. Hawks didn't get good traction out there. BP's going to be side by side, and he's now in 2nd spot. The curse 2nd position.
Goes to BP.
And we need to see if BP can break it. Hawks is not giving up the fight though. Getting back into the slipstream. He does have missing front plates on that wing. That was really close to the wall. Hawks should definitely come in again, surely. He's got a 12-second lead over Bots behind. Is he gonna? He's gonna risk it. Hawks has continued on here. So now,
Yeah, I can't see that panning out well.
no. If he misses a braking mark, he doesn't gets a lot of understeer. He's not expecting. He could be in the wall quite soon. Now, that was really close. I don't know how we controlled that. Now he's coming down up to the left-hander before the tight chicane. He's got it slowed down really early. Car's just turning for him, so he hasn't lost too much front end rotation. This is where it's going to be a big test for him here, though, through this section. Back end flicks out. Bit of corrective steering to get it back straight again. BP's through. This is where I think Hawks might struggle. No, he's got it. So he's sort of got the gist of everything at the moment. And the cars you can see down the other side, that's that big long straight down to the finish line. So you can see the field is really, really spread out. BP through the castle. Hawks, oh, he just slotted it in between the walls. Bots is struggling though with rear end grip. He's coming up to the castle now. And yeah, cleanly through for Bots. He's got that all under control. Saints has Kiwi just behind him. And there's a bit of a battle here for 5th that could heat up before the end of it. Lap 8, Banana Hammock's in. Let's see what Bushtrook can do. Same thing. They're all starting to get the hang of it now, so it's taken them about 8 laps to sort of settle down. But yeah, very Monaco-esque of 1996. If you haven't seen it, see if you can find footage of it on YouTube. It's pretty much this race tonight. Banana Hammock, though, he seems to be getting a bit of pace here on the back of Kiwi. So this is the battle for 6th. He's 1.5 seconds behind, but he's starting to look a little bit... He looks a lot more comfortable through the corners. Let's see what he can do down this straight. No DRS, obviously, in the wet. Oh, I thought he lost it then. So knife edge. You get one thing wrong, there's nowhere for you to go. Here we go. Hammock is on the limit. Coming up. There's the start-finish line, the main grandstand. He's not going to be able to make a move here, but he's going to close the gap considerably now on Kiwi. It is now under a second. Kiwi's under the pump. So that's going to put Kiwi in the hot cooker. Oh, Kiwi almost didn't make the first turn, the second turn rather. Here we go. Kiwi, is he going to defend it? He probably won't. Hammock will fancy his chances now. They're going to be wheel to wheel before the left-hander. They're going to be braking. It's Kiwi just slightly in ahead, but it's going to be the inside. Oh, they just squeeze it through. That was beautiful racing in the wet. I think Hammock now. Oh, Kiwi just had to back out of that one. There wasn't much he could do. Hammock had already just committed himself to the corner.
Well done to the both of them there. That was good driving. Left themselves a bit of room, no contact, and in tricky conditions. It's good to see.
It is. It was good to see. And it did take them 8 laps to get to this point, but without any wet practice, Baku's not an easy circuit.
Well, and the word is that I'm getting from these guys, I haven't driven them, is that they are hard enough to drive in the dry. So viewers at home are thinking these guys Muppets and they keep crashing. I would say get behind the wheel because they're bloody difficult to drive, these things.
Yeah, I hear they're
grip.
really understeery and they just don't react to your turning. Like they just a boat, you know.
And let alone you're on one of the hardest tracks in the wet. This is difficult. No doubt about it.
Very difficult. Now Hammock's really got some pace here. He could really catch AB Saints before the end of this one. Mike's out of the session. What happened there? He's in the pits.
No way.
Unless he's just disconnected.
Oh, he's pitting for tyres, I think.
Interesting. He comes back out in 3rd position. Hawks has just gotten in front of him.
Not sure why he's done that.
No, he didn't need to do that. Surely those wets will last the 15 laps. It's not like they're pushing too hard. There's a flag in Sector 1. I think it's Banana Hammock. Oh, Banana's in the pits. Interesting. Saints is in the pits too. So Chook's continued. Kiwi's now regained that 5th spot. I didn't think Banana had any issues. Let's see what he does. Luke Dale has liked the stream. Thank you, Lukey. Yeah, Lukey's saying it was tough. No group out there. Very, very tough.
See you in the next race, Lukey. Get back out there.
Tyres for Hammock. All right. So some of the guys are coming in for tyres.
They must be suffering from some pretty severe tyre deg. Surely, correct me if I'm wrong here, Josh, they don't have to pit. I mean, in a dry race, you have to pit for 2 compounds of tyres in this race.
Yep, in the feature race.
But
yep.
in the wet, you don't?
I don't think you do. Because it goes all out the window when it's wet, because it just... You know, you just because it could go dry and then wet, then dry and then wet. You can't
I
force
wonder
them.
if a
change
couple of
tyres like
guys
that.
here are thinking that they have to change tyres and have maybe made some mistakes. Although Mike's coming up as rejoined, he may have had a connection issue there.
Yeah, I think a few of them have. So luckily they can rejoin.
Unbelievable.
I
I
mean,
gave him the commentator's curse. I told you. I told you
I
earlier.
know it happens. It's a real thing. It is so real. People don't believe you sometimes, but it happens all the time.
Mikey's not going to be happy with me when he watches this stream back.
No, no, he won't. Well, we've only got 10 left. The race has only got 5 to go. So everyone here in the first race will score themselves some handy-dandy points. We're just watching Bushchook here on the back end of Kiwi. Kiwi seems to be struggling a little bit, trying to get comfortable in the wet. Everyone else seems to be getting to terms with it a little bit quicker. Chook is on fire. Here he goes. He's going to be making an overtake down the straight. This should be quite straightforward. Drag race for them up towards turn 1. And they start... Yeah, look how Chook's got so much more pace than Kiwi. Kiwi's actually in the pits. So, yeah, they must be losing, like you said, tyre deg or something. It's an odd situation. Because normally you wouldn't see them pit. They should be able to make it on these hard compound wets, you know. 15 laps should easily. And it's not like they're asking all the mechanical grip in the world out of them either. Because it's wet and they're tiptoeing around this track at 3/4, half the pace sometimes.
Yeah, some strange decisions out there. What was quite interesting for me going through turn 1 is there were about 3 front wings sitting on the outside of the corner, which is
there's a lot of debris.
interesting.
Hemmick is now caught back up to Kiwi. Kiwi on the fresh rubber, gets a little bit of a fishtail out of the second turn. Hemmick will fancy his chances once again. He's up into the slipstream. He's not going to chuck a dive up the inside. He might. The green flag's going, so it's a clear truck ahead. As I say that, the yellow's out in sector 2. There's a lot of debris at pretty much every one of those tight turns. Hemmick looks like he's just got a bit of understeer there, sort of twisting the wheel there to rotate, and it wasn't doing it. He had to readjust mid-corner. Look how slow they're going through here. Hemmick, again, the back end, not playing ball. And Marshall, your favourite, down in 10th right now.
Yeah, he's let me down. That's,
he'll score your points at least.
Yeah, that's true.
He just needs to finish.
Might be a little bit more worried about Emily. I was notified before the race that Air Marshal wanted to send a little hello to Emily in the chat. So maybe he's got his mind elsewhere because his pace is not up to standard.
Who knows? Is that his... Oh, Mikey! Oh, I thought he was going to go straight to the wall. That did not look the right trajectory at all. Oh, that was really close. But Mikey's in 3rd. He was the favourite to win, but the curse... You just don't say things sometimes. You just can't. We thought he would win, but here he is down in 3rd. You'll fancy getting that second spot off Hawks, though.
Hawks still has front wing damage, so Mike shouldn't have any dramas overtaking Hawks. They do have a bit of history, these guys, teammates in F1 for a season. They get along quite well, but I reckon Hawks is going to make this difficult. I've got this inkling with these two that Hawksy is not going to just let Mike mosey on by, so this will be interesting.
Yes, keep an eye on this one as this one heats up here towards the end of the first race. Remember, we've got the second sprint race coming up. I'd imagine that one's going to be a dry race, so it should be more to everyone's standards, but that's going to be really awkward to just adjust again, because then I know they've probably practiced a lot in the dry, but then you go from wet back to dry. You can sort of take a few laps to sort of get back into the rhythm. So those who adjust quickly will probably be at an advantage. Great shot of the city of Baku. That looks awesome, that helicopter shot we're seeing. Mikey chasing down Hawks in 3rd. This is the battle for the top podium positions. BP seems to be out in front by at least 11 seconds. It's going to be very difficult for these two to catch up, and unlikely that they will do that before the end of the race. And we've got 3 to go here in the first race for the Formula 2, the FNL1 eSports Formula 2 Championship. This is round 4 here at Baku, and it's been a race of attrition. We lost 5 cars in like the first 5 laps. It was a lap a car basically, and it's settled down since. And I'll say that and something will pop off.
They got through the first half a lap really clean.
Yeah, they all did. They left each other room.
Surprised. And then all hell broke loose.
It did. They were sort of starting to try to push the limits a bit, and once you reach that limit at Baku, there's nowhere to go. It's just the wall. And that's where we saw a lot of wings being replaced and things being, and then some did it too much, and we saw with wheels off here and suspension damage there, and the understeering nature of these cars too. If they're not adjusting for that without the downforce loss, a lot of them just didn't make the corner. I thought Mike would make a little bit more leeway on this battle with Hawks. Sort of at a stalemate right now. 1.4 seconds the interval.
I think as the corner's coming up, the quick left rights in the very sort of last part of the third sector is where Hawksy's struggling without that sort of front left wing end plate. So I think Mike will make some decent ground in this last sector.
Ooh, Mike runs close to the wall, but not close enough to hit it. Hawks now under the pump, in the pressure cooker, so to speak. He's going to run wide in the last corner. Just keeps it within the track limits, and Mike's a lot closer. Half a second the gap. No DRS again because it is wet, but there should be a slipstream effect here that should benefit Mike here. Comes out of that corner a lot more confident, a lot more grip. You could see Hawksy was struggling to take control. Hawks at the moment, he's already gone deep on the inside. He's going to defend that, probably that move for turn 1. Hawks come back out to the outside. Mike, I thought he might have a dive. He wasn't close enough though. Hawks is, Hawks! Oh, great move from Mike. And that's second spot for Mike. He's worked hard for it. Here's the replay of that overtake. Mike, I thought he might have a dive. He wasn't close enough though. Hawks is, Hawks! Oh, great move from Mike. Back to the live action we go. And as you can see, Hawks still in third. Mike there in second. And I don't think Hawks is going to really be able to take that spot back, but he should be able to defend third from here. Now, Banana Hammock is really close. And he's gotten around Kiwi. Kiwi looks to be struggling a little bit. And that's going to be 7th for Kiwi. Banana Hammock can now push on in 6th and open the gap up. He doesn't need to do anything crazy at this moment because we're so close to the end of the first race. Crazy Kiwi though, following in the slipstream. Here we go, he's up the inside. He could make a move up into turn 1. Later on the brakes, I think he's a little bit more confident. Yes, he is. He's got the turn in. The switchback might not work, it won't. Here we go, a drag race up to 2. Hammock up on the inside. Turn in for Kiwi. They both make it through. These guys have really put on a good show tonight. Some respectful driving in the wet, tough conditions. They've done well. Yeah, Eddie was asking how was Hawk staying ahead of Mike. We don't know, but he's fine. He did get the overtake there eventually.
It's one of those tracks from memory that you only run very, very low front wing. I think from memory, I won this race with front wing damage. It didn't really impact too much. So Hawksy, even though he's struggling a little bit, it hasn't had too much of an impact. But
Marshall's out.
Oh, my man.
Don't know what happened to him, but he's had an accident somewhere.
Another victim. I suppose he was always on for 10th, so.
He was. And that's where he'll finish. We'll get classified now.
Hawksy almost crashed. Lit up the rears and speared across to the other side of the track and just hung on.
Pete Mitchell. Yes, the second race will be immediately following the conclusion of this run. So don't go anywhere if you want to see the second one. And I have no idea what the weather's going to be. Oh, Daniel Rose is following. Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks for the follow, buddy. And on Friday at 10 p.m. next week, after the Monza Grand Prix, we will have the Monza F1. So stay tuned for that if you want to see the Formula Ones follow on. But if you want to see a crazy F1 race, go check out the last round at Spa. It was pretty similar to this one, actually.
I crashed with my teammate, Josh.
I know. I heard about that afterwards.
Second position. So,
I mean, we caught you at the end, sort of out to the side, and I think Zen was recovering or something. We didn't really see what happened. Then I heard out later on that you two had actually made contact. Sean McNamara has liked the stream. Thank you, Sean.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, Toto wasn't happy. Zen and I had some words during the week. Everything's all good. He's a good lad. He never meant any malice. It's good racing with a guy like Zen. But yeah, Mercedes, our season F1's not going very well.
No, not as well as well, Zen's the three-time champion, because this is season 4 of F1.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So he's won every season so far, but at the moment he's not the leader.
No, Hawks is the guy in third place tonight. Is dominating that championship in the Formula 1.
Yeah, now Kiwi.
There's Kiwi and Banana again.
Again,
these guys
putting it on. And it's the last lap, so it's the last lap dash for Hemmick. He hasn't got a lot to go. He's not going to try something before the castle. Keelan, I think, will doesn't need to defend it. And he'll follow him through, line astern. Oh, very tricky section to do quick. It'll be even trickier in the wet. But it's going to be BP who has led the race for long enough to be there at the end. And he should win this one from here. So he's on the last lap currently.
You've just cursed him, but yeah, what a win this will be to him, because I think at one stage he was about 12th. So to come through and win this is amazing.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, never say die, never quit. That's why you should never leave a sim race, even if you've crashed early on. I know some people go, oh, it's all over, I can't recover, but you never know what can happen in motorsport. Doesn't matter if it's the real thing or the sim racing version. Anything can happen, and that's been the case tonight. He definitely looks really comfortable though, as he comes around the final few corners on the final lap. And
Banana Hammock's taken out Kiwi. They've finally made contact at turn 1.
Oh, Denos,
I don't believe it.
Just caught Denos in a slide, and will catch with Banana and Kiwi. Yeah, that Kiwi's back out in front.
He just went too deep, Josh. He locked up his brakes and just speared into the back of Kiwi. What he did do, though, Banana, he actually didn't continue on, and he's actually let Kiwi through. So well done on that. Gentleman driving.
Yes.
And well done, BP, on the victory.
BP's just gone past the checkered flag, and there's Mike coming down the straight by himself as well. Almost thought he would win, but he had to go for a change of tyres. Don't know what happened there, but anyway, second spot, he shouldn't be too displeased with the effort. And then third for Hawks. Bots will take fourth, so it looks like a pretty average finishing position for him, but some good points on offer. And he'll take the checkered flag here. 15 laps, all survive. Bushchuk will get, I think, his first points of... No, that can't be right. First points of the season.
It's a great drive by Bushchuk. Really, really good drive.
Yeah, nice and clean. Only the one stop. So he didn't need to do any other silly stops. I think he only had one wing damage. But he stayed relatively clean, and he'll get that 5th position. Kiwi's in 6th in front of Hemmick. So Hemmick's done the gentlemanly thing and given the spot to Kiwi.
Yeah, it's good to see. Really, really good to see. That's rare. Unfortunately, in the sim racing world, that is rare.
Hey, it's the right thing to do.
It is.
And yeah, I don't think he'll be challenged for that 6th position before he gets to the line. But we've got race 2 coming up straight after this, so don't go anywhere. It should be in the dry, but you never know. The Baku gods may decide rain for race 2 as well. But this time they'll be a little bit more prepared.
On reverse grid, so Danos gets pole.
Yes, he does.
Hammock, who's showing a bit of pace, second. So I can't wait for this second race. Actually, it's going to be.
Oh, that would have been
really cool.
I was sitting in 5th, so I think it was about the 3rd or 4th lap.
I'm going to have a quick chat to the drivers and grab a beer, and I'll be back in a minute.
There's your podium.
Boys, that was entertaining.
There's Yago
Holy
talking all.
smokes.
We'll let you listen in.
Yeah, I bet it was.
rubbish,
I
that's
bet it
rubbish.
was. Love taps left, right, and centre.
Before
Race and lose.
I start up the next commentary, Mike, what happened?
Internet.
Internet.
Hey, Lukey, if you can hear me, you did not exist in my session. I apologise if I made contact with you at some stage, but yeah, I did not. See, Lukey did not exist for me. 2 people on the siding lap that didn't even touch, but they got. I was right behind them, and 2 of them were well clear of each other, and then all of a sudden they disappeared and went back to the grid.
I had nowhere to go, and I hit the back of Banana.
Yeah, I don't think it was you guys.
Anyway,
Well done, Banana, on giving that position back to Keith.
Just disconnected my sound, so hopefully you can still hear the game.
Lukey jumped in there.
I can't hear anything. Oh, you probably won't be able to get in now, Pete, but you should be able to get in next round. You just need to sign up on the Discord from FNL1 eSports, buddy. All right, formation lap underway. Sorry if you were talking there, Yago. I accidentally disconnected my headset.
Oh, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Cool.
Formation lap underway, and yeah, Denos.
It's dry.
It is dry. And it will be Denos on the top, and then Banana, and then Kiwi top 3. Bushchook in 4th, and BP will start in 8th. And the rest, well, they start where they finish. So race 2 always has reverse grid pole for the top 8 finishes.
Did get confirmation, Josh, that Mike had a internet issue in the last race, which basically cost him victory. So yeah, he's pretty disappointed. He'll be looking to make amends in this sprint race.
Yeah, we could hear the talk.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, during the results, we can usually hear everyone talk.
Oh, cool.
So
like the podium briefing room after a Formula 1 race where you can hear them communicating. Isn't that handy?
Unfortunately, I don't have a mic to talk to. Oh,
These guys probably swear a bit more than the F1 drivers.
It's the best bit, it's the swearing. That's why we show it. They swear all the time in the real F1. That was one of the things after the Netflix special they did.
Wow. Yeah, I was surprised how much Dan Ricciardo swore.
So
my
much.
hero, one of my heroes. He's just a foul mouth Aussie. Good on
They
him.
all do it. They all do it. Yeah, well, I've managed to get myself F1 TV, so you can watch the onboard and listen to the raw audio feed.
Yep.
And they don't. There's no censoring there, so you get to hear absolutely everything that they say. And yeah, sometimes they swear a lot.
I'll have to get that. Do you have that playing on your stream on Sunday night? Because I'm really keen to jump in on that, actually. You were promoting it earlier.
What's that? Sorry?
On your stream on Sunday night with the F1, can the people joining your stream hear any of those comments from the drivers?
Oh, no, not during the
Through
race,
your F1 TV?
unfortunately, no.
Okay.
It's only when you are either you're out because you've crashed, then your audio, like if you've got the race channel, I guess, and then once you're out of the race, then I can hear it.
Okay. Yep.
And then when we're in the results screen, before it hits the loading screen, I can see everything. Or hear everything. Here we go. Race 2. 11 laps at Baku in the dry. So we should see a lot more finishes, hopefully. But I'd imagine there's still going to be a few accidents here and there. Denol's on the front row. They're being held for a long, long time.
The yellow in Sector 3. They're being held.
They're all on the grid. A long hold.
Lukey's being disqualified for being parked in a dangerous position.
Interesting. Lukey. All right. Well, Lukey's out of this race, apparently. And that's the hold-up. Still waiting for it to figure things out. If this was the real thing, they'd probably be overheating a lot.
The engines are
probably have
struggling.
A few cars stalling, a few engines dying. Actually, it'd probably be a go around again. An aborted start and a long hold.
Jeez, this is very interesting. There's almost, is that a tumbleweed rolling across the screen? No, I think there might be a problem. I think there might.
Yeah, I think there's an issue. We've broken the game.
Lukey has parked his car 2 centimetres off his grid slot, and it's completely bamboozled the game here. Yeah, there is major problems. Bushhook's gone.
Might have to red flag this session.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's red flagged. I don't know if we've got contact with Epic.
Might go and light up a cigarette, I think.
Yeah, I think you got time to.
And get another beer.
Well, interesting. Thank you, Codemasters. I don't know how that happened because the cars are all set on the grid by the AI. All right, they'll be restarting it. So, yeah, I don't know how Lukey got DQ'd there. All right. Well, we will be restarting this one.
I don't know how do you restart a reverse grid?
I don't know. Just take a screenshot and set it up.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only way to do it. 11 laps.
Oh, someone can set the grid. That's correct, yeah. Actually, I might get a picture of it quickly in case no one else has.
Well, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. For those out there watching, this has never happened ever, but we've discovered somehow how to break the game. Just need one of your drivers to get caught parking in a wrong, dangerous position on the grid somehow. I don't even know how that happened.
You do get the pleasure, though, of listening to Josh and Yo talk about random things, like the 1996 Monaco Grand Prix, me drinking Han Super Dries while commentating.
Actually, what I can do while we are fixing things... Hello, Ryan James. You've come as the game needs to be restarted because we broke it. I can actually put on an old race while we are fixing things.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I've
got one queued up. So I think it's...
Hey, with us, Ryan. We'll have this race up and running in a couple of minutes, I reckon. We just got to wait for these boys to sort their Shite out.
Yeah,
So
I've got an old race. I think it's Hungary F1 race, which you can watch. It's actually got a webcam, so you'll see me for a second. Actually, I can fix that before we even get to it.
The handsome Josh.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna change that. But I will put on a race for you. I've got one here. I had it for when we stream, and I was like doing 6-hour streams and decided I'd disappear. Round 3, the Austrian Grand Prix. So that was actually a wet one too. Believe it or not.
You do have a couple of women that follow your streams, Josh. I think you are a bit of a womanizer. I've noticed now over the year that you've got a bit of a cult following in the female world.
Don't say that too loudly.
I'm jealous, mate. I
unfortunately,
definitely do not have that.
I'm spoken for. So
oh, that's right. Yeah.
I can't take it.
Sorry, all those ladies out there watching the stream. Josh is a taken man.
I will put you to the Austrian Grand Prix from the FNL1 eSports series while we get this fixed. I'll see if I can restart it. So I've gone all the way to... It's an interesting race. It's a wet one. It was wet. There was a wet qualifying session too. I won't show you that. I'll just show you the start of the race. And then once we've got things fixed, I'll push back to the F2. So enjoy this. Sorry about this. We'll be right back. Starting 8th. So that's promoted Mike to the top. Here we go. About to get started. Yes. Let's see what can happen. The lights are on. That's 5 lights. Races away for round 3 for FNL1, and it's Bots taking the field. Looks like Epic getting a great start as well. The Toro Rosso, and that was Yo-Yo into the back of Mike there, and he's gotten around him into turn 1. Great start from him. Oh, we've had a few cars wide. That was Mingman, I think, going wide out of turn 1. And for whatever reason, we've lost Aussie and Crazy Kiwi on the first turn. And there must have been a huge accident that we've just didn't get the catch, unfortunately. There's a virtual safety car here on the first lap. We didn't even get up to turn 3. And already a VSC has been called. So there was an incident between Aussie and Kiwi, which we just didn't catch, unfortunately. Don't know how Aussie ended up in it, but crazy as well. So that was somewhere through the mid pack. So Aussie was 8th. Fortunately, we don't get a replay of what happened there, but he's going to be kicking himself to be out turn 1, lap 1. And we're green flag racing again. And Bots has got a great restart. Look at the gap he's got on Meadow. Fantastic stuff from the Alpha driver, and there's a lot of action happening down here with Zen. Zen's already pushed himself up into 5th. Hawks is battling hard. The 2 Toro Rossos as well. They're not too far from each other. Epic's pushed himself up a little bit as well as Mingman gets a position up. Great restart and great action. We're watching Zen at the moment. He's got Hawks on his tail coming up into turn 3. Oh, he's had to slam the anchors down there. He didn't want to run up the back of Zen. Yago's up in the 2nd. I don't think the sound's that great. Yago, though, he's got about almost 2 seconds between him. It's better than nothing, though.
And the leader. Meadow's not too far behind. They're the tyres that we've got on everyone at the moment. So the 2 quicker tyres are up the front, which is not surprising. The mediums want to go for a bit of a longer run.
Sounds good in my ears, not good on the stream.
It's a big lead for
Sorry,
Bots
ladies
at the
and gentlemen,
moment.
they're just resetting the race.
Lap 3. That lead is almost up to 2 seconds, but it's the gap between him and Meadow at the moment, which is very tight. There's not a lot in it. There's going to be DRS enabled this lap. There is. So a few cars now are going to get DRS. Mike's gone a little bit wide out of turn 1. He's got to be careful because he's got Zen right there. Hawks as well. Here goes Mike. He's got the DRS assist. He's going to chuck it up the inside into 3. And he's going to run wide. And look at that. Zen's going to take the position from both of them. 2 spots in 1. He snapped that up and said, thank you very much. So the Mercedes recovered instantly. They're up in the 2nd and 3rd by the 3rd lap. Hawks has gotten around. He's got a battle on with Meadow here. So Meadow's dropped a lot of spots already. I wonder if Meadow is doing a bit of fuel conservation early on. Very interesting. He's lost a lot of spots though. There's BP. He's up in the 7th at the moment. And Angry's got Epic in the Ferrari on his tail. Epic's not too far behind at all. He's really going to benefit from the DRS. Oh, and Angry's gone really wide. He's had to rejoin. Zen's gone the quickest lap. Here we go. Let's see what Epic can do. He's got the DRS down here. It's not going to work for him, though. He should be able to get a move on if he can get a good exit out of 1. Charges through turn 1. See what Epic can do here. The DRS, is it enough? It's not.
Boo.
The Haas hasn't gone for the defense. He's been forced to cut that corner, though. As Angry didn't leave him a lot of room. DRS again down this straight, up into 4. Does the Haas go up onto the inside? Not straight away. Lots of action happening through the midfield as well. Meadows down into 7th. So Meadow really losing out with the pace. He's struggling with the quicker pace here in the drying track. Mike's giving it to Hawks as well. He's only 5/10 off him. So DRS through the detection zone. Coming around turn 9. Our leader is still Bots. He's got a good lead of about a second. So he's got Yago out of his DRS at the moment. Zen's been given a 3-second time penalty as Yago does the quickest lap of this race. Hawks is also prowling onto the back of Zen. Both on the medium tyre at the moment. The 2 guys out in front are on the soft. Angry's been given a time penalty. Very strict time penalty and corner restrictions are set. So it doesn't take much to get one. Angry looks like he's lost a few spots. He has. He's down into 10th. He's really losing out. But the quicker tyres here. The soft tyre doing the thing for Ming and Epic. Ming Man just sizing up his opponent in front. Epic doing a good job just holding them at bay at the moment. He needs to get a good redemption this run. Didn't have the qualifying run he wanted. But we should see the Ferraris up top. The biggest gains at the moment have been from the Mercedes team. Especially Zen. He had a fantastic start. Finds himself way up the front already. Up into the 3rd spot. DRS for Ming. Can Ming get it done? He's going to chuck it up the inside. Oh, he's got it done into turn 1. Beautiful move from the Red Bull driver. Epic replying straight away. He's already got his lead in front of him. He doesn't have DRS though. And that's going to be the difference. That's going to give Ming the spot back. As Ming runs wide, and that's going to give Epic another shot. He's going to have DRS on him here too. He does. They're going to be side by side, just like Lando Norris and Hamilton on lap 1. Can he get a move on him though? Epic's just chucked it down the inside. They scrape wheels, but it was a good move. And Epic's regained 8th position at the moment.